In 2026, Kenya has taken a bold step forward in bolstering its air defense capability with the operational deployment of the HQ-7 missile launcher system. Designed as a short-range, quick-reaction air defense platform, the HQ-7 represents a strategic game-changer for the Kenya Defense Forces, especially considering the evolving regional security dynamics in East Africa. Originally developed by China and modeled after the French Crotel system, the HQ-7 is a surface-to-air missile system with mobile and static variants, providing effective protection against low-flying aircraft, helicopters, drones, and even certain precision-guided munitions. The decision to integrate the HQ-7 into Kenya's military architecture is not only a tactical move but a signal that the country is preparing for a new age of aerial warfare. The HQ-7's missile system includes both radar and optical tracking, enhancing its operational resilience against electronic warfare. For a country like Kenya, which has experienced increased interest in its airspace due to geopolitical tensions, border challenges, and peacekeeping commitments, this acquisition is not just symbolic, it's operationally essential. At the core of the is its launch vehicle. In Kenya's case, the mobile variant is of particular importance. Mounted on a high-mobility 6x6 truck chassis, the HQ-7 launch unit can rapidly redeploy across rugged terrain, allowing for swift repositioning based on evolving threats. This mobility gives Kenyan forces a significant edge when defending high-value military and civilian infrastructure or escorting strategic convoys through potentially hostile areas. Each mobile launcher typically carries 4 ready-to-fire missiles in rectangular launch canisters. Supporting this setup is a separate radar vehicle equipped with target acquisition and tracking systems. In Kenya's configuration, it's believed that the command vehicle also integrates a secure data link, allowing HQ-7 batteries to operate in a semi-networked defense grid across regions. The missile itself is highly capable in its class. It has a range of approximately 12 kilometers and can engage aerial targets flying at altitudes of up to 6,000 meters. The guidance system relies on command-to-line-of-sight, close, methods, which, while older compared to active radar homing systems, is still highly effective against traditional aircraft and even many drones. The real story, however, lies in how Kenya is deploying the HQ-7 system. The country has carefully chosen several strategic locations ranging from air bases and radar installations to key infrastructure corridors to serve as permanent or rotational deployment zones for these units. Particularly in regions near Kenya's northern borders and coastal defense zones, these units provide an immediate and credible deterrent to potential air incursions. Analysts believe that Kenya has not just procured the launchers themselves, but has also invested in comprehensive training, logistics, and local maintenance capacity. This allows for sustained operational readiness without over-reliance on foreign technical assistance. Kenyan air defense crews have reportedly undergone months of training in both China and domestically, practicing live-firing exercises, system diagnostics, and tactical mobility maneuvers. What's also notable is the system's ability to operate in all weather conditions. East Africa's diverse geography, ranging from coastal humidity to highland fog and savanna dust, requires robust systems capable of functioning under extreme environmental stress. The HQ-7's proven track record in other African and Asian countries with similar climates suggests it will perform well within Kenya's operational environment. Beyond the system's technical performance, the HQ-7's presence in Kenya changes the psychological balance in the region. While not intended for offensive operations, its presence limits the freedom of action for any adversarial aircraft operating near Kenyan borders. It also boosts confidence among allied forces and peacekeeping partners who see Kenya as a cornerstone of stability in the Horn of Africa. Kenya's decision to invest in the HQ-7 also aligns with a broader modernization strategy. In recent years, the Kenya Defense Forces have diversified their procurement sources, acquiring equipment not just from traditional Western partners, but also from Turkey, China, and South Africa. The HQ-7 stands as an example of this shift toward multi-source defense modernization. This shift also reflects a new doctrine, multi-layered, network-centric defense. While Kenya may not yet operate advanced long-range systems like the S-300 or THAAD, the HQ-7 fits well into a broader strategy of layered air defense. Combined with man-portable air defense systems, mobile radar units, and fixed surveillance platforms, Kenya is steadily constructing a shield over its most vital assets. But there's another side to the HQ-7 deployment to its integration with Kenya's joint forces. The air defense units are now being trained to coordinate with Kenya's Air Force fighter patrols, electronic warfare teams, and unmanned aerial reconnaissance units. This interoperability ensures that the missile launchers are not acting in isolation but as part of a larger sensor-to-shooter loop that responds quickly and effectively to emerging threats. What also sets the HQ-7 apart in the Kenyan context is its compact and mobile footprint. Many African militaries struggle with logistical challenges when deploying large, fixed air defense systems. The HQ-7's mobility ensures that even remote bases or outposts can be rapidly reinforced, especially during crises such as territorial incursions, cross-border raids, or hostile drone surveillance. Recent satellite images and social media leaks suggest that the first units are deployed near Manda Bay, a region that has previously experienced threats from insurgent drones and aircraft operating in the region. The HQ-7 now offers protective coverage to forward operating bases, airstrips, and critical infrastructure including energy facilities and communications hubs. There are even whispers that Kenya may be evaluating the localized version of the HQ-7 for use on its patrol and offshore vessels. While unconfirmed, this would mark a significant evolution in Kenya's approach to layered, 360-degree defense. As maritime threats become more prevalent, the idea of integrating air defense systems into Kenya's naval assets is a logical progression. Training remains central to the system's success. According to defense sources, Kenya has invested heavily in simulation centers and test ranges where HQ-7 operators can drill live engagements against mock targets. This focus on readiness ensures that the system is not just a showpiece but a fully operational and effective combat tool. Another key advantage is the system's electronic resilience. In a world where jamming and spoofing are common tactics, the HQ-7 includes fallback modes and hardened communication channels. This means that in the event of signal interference or cyber intrusion attempts, the system can continue to operate effectively using optical tracking and pre-programmed engagement protocols. What's also interesting is how the Kenyan public perceives this development. Media outlets have largely covered the HQ-7 rollout with optimism, citing the need for strong airspace protection in the wake of increasing regional tensions. Public confidence in the military's modernization efforts has grown, and the HQ-7 is often featured in military parades and national security exhibitions. From a regional perspective, neighboring countries are taking note. With similar systems in operation in Ethiopia and Egypt, Kenya's adoption of the HQ-7 raises the bar for East African air defense standards. This could prompt other countries in the region to pursue similar capabilities or consider joint training and interoperability drills. There are also implications for counter-terrorism operations. Militant groups operating in East Africa have increasingly experimented with drone attacks and reconnaissance. The HQ-7 adds a crucial layer of protection against such threats, making it more difficult for these groups to gain aerial situational awareness or strike sensitive targets. Furthermore, the HQ-7 can be paired with short-range air surveillance radars to create a localized no-fly zone during high-security events. This capability becomes particularly valuable during national elections, international summits, or military deployments in volatile zones. From a technical standpoint, Kenya is expected to continue upgrading the system over time. Software updates, improved radar integration, and possibly newer missile variants could enhance its performance. Future upgrades may include increased automation and artificial intelligence for faster response and threat classification. Kenya's defense planners are also looking into hybrid command systems where the HQ-7 batteries could be semi-autonomous, managed by central command but capable of independent decision-making under threat conditions. This modular approach increases survivability and decreases reaction time. In terms of cost-effectiveness, the HQ-7 provides a good balance between affordability and capability. For countries like Kenya that need robust systems without the massive costs associated with long-range platforms, the HQ-7 offers a middle ground. Its relatively simple logistics chain and ease of training make it a sustainable choice for long-term deployment. To sum it up, the 2026 deployment of the HQ-7 missile launcher in Kenya marks a major milestone in the country's military evolution. It sends a clear message: Kenya is committed to defending its skies, deterring aggression, and protecting its national interests through modern, efficient, and flexible air defense systems. As regional tensions shift, drone warfare grows, and precision-guided threats increase, the HQ-7 gives Kenya an indispensable tool to maintain strategic stability. It's a compact missile system with a large impact, proving that size isn't always the determinant of power but strategy, speed, and integration are. And as Kenya continues to evolve its defense landscape, one thing is clear: the skies over East Africa just got a little more secure.